Welcome home, neighbors.
Welcome home, neighbors.
Hello, neighbors.
We're listening from
Arizona,
Florida,
Maryland,
New York,
New Jersey,
Minneapolis,
California, Utah,
Michigan,
Iowa, Massachusetts,
Georgia,
Canada,
our home resort is
Animal Kingdom, Polynesian,
Bay Lake Tower,
Old Key West,
Riviera,
Boardwalk,
Alani Resort,
Hilton Head, Boulder Ridge, Copper Creek, Grand Floridian,
Saratoga Springs,
Beach Club,
and Wilderness Lodge.
and you're listening to
and you're listening
You're listening to my
DCC Points.
Well, hello there, friends. Welcome to the My DVC Points Community Hall Live. I am Sandy, and I am your host tonight. And I can't wait to welcome back my friends. On tonight's show, we'll be discussing the DCA Moonlight Magic that happened at Disneyland Resort just this past week. And I have Gina, Dave, and Andy here to help me with that. But before we get going on that, I'm going to bring Andy on up because he's here and he might as well tell us all the great benefits of, the DVC resale market and what we can look forward to there.
Good to see you again, Sandy. There are so many things going on in the world of DVC, the DVC resale market, and we're out on the street now for the last 4 days with our Red Hot Magic program, and unbelievable response we're getting in the marketplace. And for those of you who do not know, you can find it under the status bar. These are red hot bonus deals for the month of February. It's going to be limited to the end of February. These are listings that are priced at least 10% below the market value of the listing. So they are flying off the shelf right now. We have 38 of them. I just checked before we came on live, and it covers a fair number of the resorts. But take a look at that list. We are busier than heck on fielding offers on those. And the punchline, the tagline on those promotions is, it is no haggle pricing. So the price you see will be the price that's going to be paid. So it's a fixed price, sort of a fixed price contract. But get them before they go, because you see it tonight and it might be gone tomorrow morning. Those are the chances that you take. But the market is very, very strong. We've been fielding a lot of offers, bringing a lot of listings in on a daily basis. And we're just happy to be partnerships with this My DVC Point community, and just lots going on. I could talk for hours on it.
Well, Andy, could you let us know how, if anybody is interested in one of those contracts, how they proceed in letting you folks know that they'd be willing to put an offer?
On the listing, you'll see it'll be a Red Hot Deal moniker. You can click the Make an Offer button, and the price will be populated. You'll populate the dues and the closing costs, and then you'll have to put some personal information on it. And then you'll have the opportunity to select a preferred agent. That can be any of our 13 agents out there. I am Andy, Toy Story Andy, if you couldn't see from my background.
There we go.
And I would love a chance to work with anybody and everybody who's putting an offer in. You can reach me direct at 949-412-0850 or Andy@dvcresalemarket.com.
Fantastic. And I have to say, I'm guilty this week of having reached out to you because we were just, chit-chatting about Olani at our house, and we were wondering what that would be like to get another contract. So it's always worth reaching out, even though, it might pique your interest, it might get you going, and then you can kind of figure out how to make that work.
And I can always share with you alternative suggestions and thoughts and how to make this a little bit more affordable if it's something that you're thinking about, wanting to do, wanting to add on. Add-on-itis, Sandy, is real.
It is. Guilty as charged. We have two now.
And I got to tell everybody, I'm wearing my newly acquired Vacation Club member shirt on backwards because it has a little bit more drama from the front. But we'll talk a little bit more about that when we bring everybody else on.
Yeah. So at this moment in time, Gina, are you able to come back on? And
I'm here.
So how are you doing today,
magic.
Yeah,
Whoa.
we're here.
And then there's Dave. Hey, Dave, how you
Hey
doing
there.
today?
I'm good. How you doing, Sandy? Thanks for having me.
Well, I can't wait to hear all about this Moonlight Magic. We're so excited for these events.
So much fun.
Parks.
Yes.
We miss them so much.
I want to start with the highlights. There were so many highlights. It was such a great event. And what I want to say about Disneyland and Disney California Adventure is our vouchers program and our customer service and our entrance was so easy.
Oh, that's
coming
great.
in. We came in through the hotel side. We didn't no haggle, no bother. I had my reservation, and I said
There was no line.
there was no line. I had my reservation, and I said, I am so sorry. I messed up. I have a ticket and a reservation. Like, no problem. Scan your magic band, miss. Bing. Okay. Here's your ticket. Don't worry about it. Scan your ticket. Go in. Easy, super fluid. That's
amazing.
The best thing. What about you, Dave? What was the highlight for you?
Gosh. Well, I have to say it was my first Moonlight Magic. And
Was it really?
yeah. It
Oh,
was my
wow.
first time in California, DCA, or I haven't been to Disneyland, but my first trip to DCA. So I had all kinds of first time
Experiences?
Sorry, my mind. But so it was I wouldn't say it was overwhelming. It was just fantastic. And so for me to say what the best was, I don't know. I mean, Moonlight Magic was great. It wasn't a lot of people, what I expected. I mean, some of the lines were long, but if you did the one, what did we do? What was it called? The one single line?
Oh, the single rider. Yeah.
But I think probably coming in through the hotel, if we stayed across the street at the Paradise Pier, which was like a 3-minute walk. So I think my highlight was being able to walk in from a hotel and you're in the park immediately.
Yeah,
it's
pretty cool.
amazing. Amazing. So that probably had to do it over everything.
Great. What about you, Andy?
Well, it was the first time I attended a Moonlight Magic event as a non-cast member.
Oh, that's so cool. So you
it
didn't have
was
to work
a
it.
very different experience. It was a lot of fun. I do share the same support that Gina mentioned. We went through the main gate at DCA, and I think we waited about maybe a minute and a half to get through the gates. And this was right around 6, maybe about 5:30, 5:45, something like that. But I mean, going back, I think 3 or 4 years ago, we spent 40 or 50 minutes or maybe an hour just waiting in line to get in. So that was a remarkable improvement. Again, I mean, I go back to, they have refined the process so easily to register and get tickets. And, that was done weeks ago, and those tickets arrived via mail at our front door. So that was a great process. I give DVC and Disney a tremendous credit for doing a refined process there. It was just great seeing a lot of people I knew, had worked with, families I worked with before, and being able to hand out some of our DVC resale market promotional items. I was out handing them out. Didn't get to take enough pictures of people, but I was there shaking hands, kissing babies, and hugging people I hadn't seen for a while. But the whole event was nice. And the unfortunate thing is, we left at 11 o'clock at night, knowing that we had 3 kids at home with 4 legs that needed to get out and walk. And by the time we got home, it was a little after midnight. And of course, like me, I had to stay up and do a couple more hours of work to make sure I was getting everybody taken care of that I had missed that evening. But great experience. DVC did a phenomenal job. The cast members were phenomenal. The only thing is they ran out of a little bit of water, but I saw people with straws drinking the water out of the World of Color pond. I'm not sure I would have done that, but I saw people doing that.
Let me show some pictures, and then I want to talk about one more highlight, and then we'll move to the.
And I have 2 highlights. Thing. Sorry.
Okay, good. So let me show you the entering. This is the entrance. Look how it's not a lot of people coming on in. Like I said, we came in through the hotel side and walked around. So this was when you first see the Pixar Pier area. So, and then
beautiful there at sunset.
Yeah. And here's just the sunset. And then I wanted to just say that another highlight for me was I had done Moonlight Magic at Hollywood Studios after everything, this is after COVID. That was my first Moonlight Magic afterwards. And they only gave us $15 of vouchers, and you could only get a churro, a pretzel, and like a drink.
Right.
They gave us $30.
Awesome.
To spend for everything, anything, everything. So
and the churros and most of the stuff was free anyway.
Yeah. So we had messed up because we ate ahead of time. So I was like, darn it. I didn't know we were going to get 30. I thought we were going to get 15 for a churro, a pretzel, and a drink. Anyway, so that was the highlight, was that $30 voucher. That was amazing.
Wow.
Okay. And then Dave, what's your other one?
Which I heard is double of Disney World.
Yeah,
Oh.
Disney
It's
World
either
was
$10 or $15, right?
15.
I only
Because we're
I think I
twice
only
as much fun out here.
The last one that we
That's
went
true.
to actually just gave us a meal voucher. So you could use
Oh,
it
that's
at any
cool.
of the quick services, but you just
We were so busy. I think I only used one of mine, but we drink a lot. But my other two things were, we were in Grand Cal and our meetup was in the bar. Remember what was the name of Hathaways?
the Hearthstone Lounge.
Hearthstone Lounge.
Yeah.
So when we finished the lounge, we literally stood up, walked out the door that was right there, and it was like 40 steps to the gate entrance. It was, and I never knew this until it happened. I was like, this is crazy. And then I will have to say the people that we met up with and that showed up were all just such fantastic, nice, sweet people. What a great group
That
bunch.
was a definite.
They
Oh,
were
that's good.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And most of us stuck together the night and all did the same stuff together, and we had such a good time.
oh, that's
And
nice.
we were really happy with it.
So
And I
cool.
apologize that I never got to meet up with the group. We were just
Andy kept running away from us when we couldn't get near him.
But we had perfect timing in line for racers. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, that's funny. Did you guys meet all up in racers? Is that it?
We were in the single
Was
rider
that the
line.
cars ride?
Yeah, we were in the single rider line, and I hear Gina, and I
Oh,
see
it's
Andy and
Andy.
Jolie and Braden.
Oh, and how about the cast member at the front of the line? Do you remember that?
That's right. Yeah.
That was awesome. So we were in
Yeah.
the single rider line, and we were talking to the guy, and he put all of us in a row together so we could actually ride together
That's
instead
so
of filling
cool.
us in
That's
slots.
nice.
It was really, really nice.
That was a great. No, it was a great time. Good highlights.
So what?
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing, Andy had his own meet and greet.
Andy did have his own meet and
Yeah.
greet.
Yeah,
and
he
I
was
can show
he
you-
was
I'll show you
VIP,
some of
so
it. He
you know,
was.
we had to
But
stand
I
off to the
did
side.
meet one of his former cast member coworkers, and they gave me that slider.
That's so cool.
So that was cool.
I'm
Ooh.
jealous.
I really want one now.
That was super cool. And then Nick has a question here: who had the most Mickey bars? And that ties into my lowlights.
Uh-oh.
I
had
don't know.
two.
I only had four.
Darn, I had
Only
two.
4.
Goose egg.
Wow.
I kept them in my pockets
Zero.
so they'd melt a
With
little. Then I ate
No,
them.
they were so hard when they
They were
came
hard
off
as a
the
rock.
dry
Oh, yeah?
ice.
That's good.
Yeah. But they were
So
good.
I like a good Mickey bar.
No,
I
it
like
will
them
break
melted
your
in my
teeth.
mouth.
It'll break your teeth
It
if
will
you
not
try to
break
eat
your
the ones in
teeth.
Disneyland.
No, you gotta
in,
go on like
Yeah.
the
in Disneyland, if
Weird.
you try to eat a Mickey bar, it'll break
really?
you 100%.
Because at Disney World, they're like
No,
crumbling
Disney World's
and
great.
like falling apart on you. And
No.
you have to. My best trick that I ever learned for that was to get like the lid of a cup, and you put that underneath your Mickey bar. So for your kids, like all the
Hope that
drippings go
falls.
into the.
So you don't miss
yeah.
any of the
You can drink
chocolate.
it.
Yeah.
No, it's so your kids
Sandy
don't get
walks
covered in
behind the
chocolate.
kids and picks up the chocolate, I think.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like. I am not a Mickey bar person, but that we
Yeah.
digress. We digress.
Yeah.
So,
So-
what were the lowlights, folks? I mean, that sounds pretty good as highlights.
The highlights are great. The low lights, I'll talk about the one that really irked me, and I got a message on it in our group chat, was that the food vouchers, yes, you got $30, but the lines to get the food at one point were 3 hours long.
Oh.
And one of the people said her husband was the last person to leave DCA because he couldn't get his food.
Oh my gosh.
And they closed Flows at 9:45 when they had said it was supposed to be open until 10. So that's
Yeah, it was like 9:45 when he walked up there and they were already closed, and he needed special food or something.
Mhm. Yeah, and he
That was
needed to
bad.
eat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
We
thought the
didn't end
lines
up
were crazy.
sorry.
So then
We
you
didn't
did
end
right
up using
thing.
any of our vouchers because the lines were so long.
I used one voucher. I had 2 left. I didn't use them all either.
So then you did the right thing eating before Gina.
Right. I ended up using my vouchers because I remember eat first because that's always one of the things. So I did go to Pim's and used one there. And then on our way out, I forget the name of that very front store. I
Mhm.
went in there and I'm like, get some oranges, get some chips, whatever is going
Good
to equal
idea.
$20. So we
Yeah.
just packed my
Yeah.
backpack full of snacks, hummus, whatever was in that little case. And
That
we
was a
used the
smart
line.
thing.
Yeah, we did that. And used
So
those
for
up.
what I'm guessing is like the grab and go stuff was more readily available than if you were trying to get like a whole meal.
Or even a snack.
Yes.
The lines,
Mm-mm.
snack lines
The
were.
snack lines were long too.
We did
But for,
get
like, that sort of
churros.
stuff, it sounds like
but-
you got really healthy stuff there, Gina.
Oh, I finally got the churro experience that everybody says get the churro in Disneyland, don't get the churro in Disney World. And I didn't. I went with this attitude. I'm like, come on, it's just like something in your head, like this is ridiculous. I'll tell you, they were right. And I remember the last time I got 2 churros in Disney World, they were hard as a rock. They were terrible. These, they just probably came out of the oven. They were incredible. And they said that's how they always come, fresh like that. So now it makes sense to me, and it was really good, and some special caramel sauce. Oh,
So we have a churro truck that like does all the festival circuits and like grocery stores and all that stuff here. And my kids, I guess we're spoiled with our food here in Montreal. We have really great restaurants and stuff. Kind of like Cali. But my kids, when they had the Disneyland ones, they were like, I don't get it. What's the big deal? It tastes like a churro.
Oh, because it's like the Montreal not.
Well, that's it exactly, right?
Yes,
so last week
make
we were
it up.
talking about Montreal bagels, and this week we're talking about the Montreal churros. I don't know. We got good food here. What can I say?
That's great.
So, what were
Yep.
your low lights, Andy? Was there anything that you were?
I don't. My low light is that I missed the meet and greet. The meetup.
Yeah.
And that there was just not enough time to see as all the people that I knew were there. But that was my own personal limitation. And I mean, we left at about 10:45, so it wasn't. We didn't leave like real early, but it's a long day, and so it's a little bit of from a low light from that standpoint. Is I just didn't have enough time in there, but I just think it was all great. I mean, the last beverage line we got in didn't have any Diet Coke, so I got a Sprite. Not a big deal.
Oh,
So they
you do
ran out of
have-
stuff.
You do have a low light too about that line. The line.
Yeah, I did have one experience where on one of the snack lines I got in and I asked for a Mickey bar and a Diet Coke, and they said, "Well, you're only allowed one." And so I said, "Okay, I'll have a Mickey bar." And then I went back in line and got a Diet Coke, and it was
That's a
another
little
15
ridiculous.
minutes
That's so
wait.
silly.
To me, that I just think that if that's something they can reevaluate, and maybe can make it consistent across all the snack carts, then that would be fine.
100%.
So for me, I mean, to me, to think back at that, I think a little bit differently sometimes. For example, everything was great, and I think when there was an issue, we found other ways to get around the issue. So, for example, some of the lines were long, like toy for Cars Land. So we did single rider,
Mhm.
and we were all together in the line the whole time, and then we were actually sitting together in the line. So it worked out perfect. There were long lines for the free drinks in the Mickey bars, and we stopped at places and sat and had alcoholic drinks or drinks, and then the churro line wasn't long. I wasn't so worried about that I needed to get my free Mickey bar or I was going to miss out on something free. I didn't care. We didn't go on tons of rides, but we were all together. We all had a great time. I experienced a place that was new. The lines we waited in weren't long. I don't have anything to complain about at all. So for me to be something as low, it's just I wish we had more time there.
Yeah,
But
no, for
otherwise,
sure.
I loved it. Every bit
I
of
was
it.
I was just comparing to other experiences, and I wanted
And I
to
don't have
share-
another Moonlight experience to compare it to. So that,
Yeah,
also.
That's true. And I wanted to just give a to that poor lady whose poor husband didn't get food. I wanted to make
Yeah,
sure
that was bad.
people knew that is a possibility. So eat first, especially
As
if
soon
you
as
have
possible, yeah.
dietary, especially if you have
Constraints.
dietary things.
Yeah.
Make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Anyway,
Sure.
so we
That's
have a
good.
comment, and it's it's from Nick. We need a Montreal Disney that closes in the winter. We
Of
do.
course, from Nick.
Of course.
Yeah,
That's great.
that would be fine. Like, yeah, you need to dome it.
And
or
then I
something,
do
don't
want
know.
to show some of the highlights from Andy's trip. He met some fabulous people.
Mhm.
So he did a meetup here.
Yeah, this is the Gross family that Kelly became a member of mine when I was at Disneyland before she was with Eric. And now they have two little ones. So I got to see Eric and Kelly together with their little kids. And then
Aw.
also
Cute.
got to see
How
Kelly's
cute is that?
parents too as well. I saw them later in the evening. So that was kind of fun.
How cute is that?
And then he got this.
You with
perfect
Andy?
one.
Andy, you're with Andy.
Oh, I just got to see Woody. It didn't matter who I was with.
Oh, sorry, Woody.
Woody, yeah.
Yeah.
Your name,
It was
yeah,
funny because I asked him, I said, Woody, hold your shoe up. And he's like, no.
Aw.
He didn't have my name on the bottom of his
Mm.
boot. So, but that was good. Those are our good friends from the Luxes from Grand Prairie, Alberta.
Awesome.
Right there with my beautiful wife, Jolie.
Yay. Very nice.
And there's
And that's great.
one of our 0.5 pictures for our daughter, Jillian.
That's
She
great.
taught Shane how to do the 0.5. And this was right after I saw you, Dave, over by the, what's the bread place?
Boudin. By Boudin.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it was
okay.
right there.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So it was kind of fun. That was
rounding
just
out to
before
the
we
end
were
of the
leaving,
night.
getting ready to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we do have someone who was there. They ran out of water on several snack carts and tried to wait on regular line near park close, and every line was over an hour, so couldn't get water.
Oh no.
The Grand Cal store was closed, so no water there too. Fortunately, Hotel Desk, oh, it's Christy. Hotel Desk was
hi, Chris.
really nice and gave us 4 water bottles.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So yeah, Christy, I knew, was dealing with a water issue. She could not get water from like 8 p.m. It was so hard for her to get water.
Yeah, that's hard. That's
Yeah.
that's why I saw people drinking with straws from the
Yeah,
watercolor pond. I mean, I was just a little bit
Right?
like, ooh.
So on any given day, though, at any of the snack carts, at any of like the food counters, you would be able to get water. What was the big deal that night? They just didn't have enough staff?
Well, I think they probably limited where the distribution of the water was
Mhm.
coming from, and I guess if they're going to make some improvements, I would say anywhere there's refreshments,
You
just
need to have a cart.
they've got a way that they
Yeah.
can keep track of the inventory. So just give away bottled soda at some
Makes
of them,
sense.
or bottled water. It's an easy thing to do and an easy thing to keep track of. So, but
I agree.
but I'll focus on the positive. It was leaps and bounds better than it's been in the past.
You're
Oh,
probably
for
right,
sure.
though, Andy, because if you look at everything as a whole, that was probably the worst of it, because every line I looked at was 50 people deep.
Yeah.
And to think that they're going to stand there in that line and they're going to spend an hour waiting in line and not enjoying the park, that's not
Yeah.
fair.
No.
Yeah.
Because there's that expectation of I'm getting this, and you want it, and I understand that, but you're taking away from everything else in the park.
From the experience, yeah.
And to get 5 more cast members to hold carts in 5 more lotions, you're giving it away anyways. So what's the difference?
Yeah.
So you're going to pay
And
5 more
DVC's
people?
paying for it, so it doesn't
Yep.
matter. but-
Right. DVC's paying for it. So anyway.
Or I guess say it a different way. The 4 of us are paying it along with the other 400,000
yeah.
member families.
Exactly.
Because
I
it
feel
comes
bad
out of
for
our
those
dues.
people that had
Yeah.
to wait like that, because that I don't think was fair.
No,
Yeah.
I agree. But we're going to do the third topic, and that was the meetup. And Angie, you can talk about your meetups because they were fabulous.
Mhm.
The My DVC Points meetup, I want to share just a little bit. I was expecting maybe 5 people to show up. And we had a little chat going, and on the chat, there were like 5 or 6 people consistently on the chat. So I was expecting 5, maybe 6 people to show up.
And
We had like 15.
Yeah,
oh
it was
wow,
more than
that's
that.
great.
And we got
It
more in
was-
the park after.
And
I
then
think
there
there
were
was
more in
more
the
than
park.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
so
that
nice.
was really great. So we've met people from all over. We gave the winner, Janice. She traveled from Virginia
Oh
to
wow.
California. So
That's
she
so
won the
cool.
door prize. And then we had Dora, who is one of Andy's friends from forever. She was so excited to be there, and she brought her son-in-law and her friend. So that was great. And then we had Christy and her babysitter and her friends come. Chad had his coworkers from California meet us.
They were so
Oh, that's
nice.
so
They were
cool.
so nice.
So nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah.
it's neat seeing people who, COVID kept a lot of people away from the close connectivity. And
For a
this
long
may have
time,
been
yeah.
this may have been one of the first times that this happened. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess
Exactly.
there were some meetups last year at Disney World, but
not like
Mm.
this. And then we did do a DVC Points meetup in 2019 or 2020, and it was Rob Campbell, Vicky,
Mhm.
me. That was it. That's what I was expecting. Oh, Rob Campbell was there with his wife and kids.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it was just so fun to
Campbell
see
Chronicles,
people.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was
fun.
fun. And then just I liked how you could meet here and there, and we're going to be at this bar or this location. Okay, we'll come find you. So we got to find
It's
people.
amazing.
Had the chat
Much fun.
going. So it was great. So I really
Very
enjoyed
fun.
that. And Frederica's a hoot. We had so much fun with
She
her.
is. Oh my God.
so when's the next meetup? The points
Yeah.
my DVC Points
So
meetup.
the next meetup is going to be at Old Key West on June 10th.
Okay.
And that's a
And is there a
Saturday.
Facebook group that's set up for that so you can start that communication?
Not yet. I will set that up tonight after
That
show.
was pretty good for the West Coast one. I mean, it was neat to go be able to
Yeah.
see who was going to be there, and
Yeah. And then they knew to look for me, so that would help too. So look for me, look for Marianne.
Yeah.
So you'll know. Look for Dave, he's going. So I'll be in the chat, and we'll set that up again, because that chat really did help a lot.
Yeah, no kidding. And then if anybody's down there, I guess in the next couple of weeks, so we're 27 days out, we can look into maybe setting up something for like some Dole Whip or whatever else when we're down there, because I know Chad's going to be in the parks with us for
Oh,
sure.
good. Okay, so definitely set up a mini meetup. You could do a mini meet at Polly even, or a mini
Yep.
meet at
Exactly.
wherever.
Did you say you're going in June, Sandy?
No.
Oh, you're not.
They're going in 26 days or whatever. They'll be there in a month.
Okay.
Exactly. We're there in a month with our fingers crossed for Tron.
Oh yeah, April 4th.
Yeah. So that's all we have for tonight's show. Is there any final thoughts? Would you do this again? Would you do another Moonlight Magic? Would you come back to California?
So I
You
have a
know.
couple questions actually, folks, before I
Yeah.
let you go. Got to earn my keep here. So I wanted to know, what were the attractions that were open while you were there? Was it anything special? Were there any of them that were closed that you would have liked to go on? What was going on there as far as the stuff to do?
So Cars was fantastic. I really enjoyed that one, and it was themed amazing. That was fantastic. And then we went on our Tower of Terror. Over there is Guardians of the Galaxy, which was awesome. And I actually like that one better because I don't like
Why?
spending all the time of driving the elevator through the hotel, and it just wastes time. It's nothing exciting for me.
Ours is efficient.
So yeah, I just want to go up and down and up and down. So that was a lot of fun. And by the way, first time I did Guardians of the Galaxy in Disney World was Tuesday. Unbelievable.
No way.
Unbelievable.
That's funny.
It was amazing. And I can say that I did both parks in 2 days. So I did Disney World and Disneyland and back to back.
That's
so that
Guardians
was fun.
and Guardians. Yeah.
Guardians and Guardians.
That's awesome.
And we had fun. We did a couple other ones, but
Web Slingers. We did Web Slingers.
Web Slingers.
That's
And
a
it was
great
cool
ride.
that we went against each other and we were back to back on that ride.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun. And but overall, I think maybe the Ferris wheel at night's beautiful. Tarzan lit up is beautiful. But I think to see the park for the first time would probably be better for me during the day, because I probably miss a lot from everything being so dark. But it was just another experience when I go back and do it during the day. So like I said, still have no complaints. But
So can you guys recap what time they let you into the parks? What time did they allow?
would be better for that.
5 p.m. 5 p.m. And like I said, I had a reservation, so I could have gone earlier, but they were so great about that. I could band in and do my thing at the same time and not get that mean letter. And then it was 5 to 11. And then we left at 10 because I'm a school teacher. So
yeah.
I think we were there till when did we see? Around 10ish, Andy? Because that's when we were leaving.
No, I think it's about 10:30.
Okay.
Or 10:20 or something like that.
That sounds about right.
Because we were about ready to walk out.
Yeah, we were done too, and I was tired at that point. It was a short walk, so we had flown that day, so that took a lot out of me too.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a long day.
Were there any special characters that were out that aren't normally there?
But Andy saw the one Woody.
Yeah, it was all Woody.
Woody's not usually there.
There was a bunch of characters out. I didn't.
We
over
saw
over in the Paradise
Grand
Pier
House.
area, there was a bunch.
There's just no time. There was just no time to do everything, so you had to pick. And with Dave, I was like, "Ooh, I need him to go on Radiator Springs Racers. Oh, he needs to go on. He needs to go to Avengers Campus because that's brand new.
Yeah.
So I had to prioritize
where you were taking him.
Yeah, what he needed to see and do. I'm like, Pim's Test Kitchen. He has to go over there. So
it's definitely a plus going with Gina. I wouldn't have.
I know. Preaching to the choir.
So the characters in the PJs were cute. Where were they and who? I didn't see any of that.
That sounds amazing.
I don't remember seeing any characters actually.
Did they have any special nighttime spectaculars?
They did. I didn't see it. Did anybody see it?
Oh, okay.
World of Color started when we were leaving.
So, but was it like a special edition because it was for the?
Oh, I don't know about that.
It was the new one. It was just the new one that just opened. It was a special event at 11 p.m. for
the water, the color water. It was cool looking though. We saw it from when we were leaving. It was neat, and we could see it from our hotel on the 11th floor. You could see it right through the windows. It was
nice.
Cool.
The other thing, I don't think anything was closed for refurbishment. I think everything was opened.
Oh, that's nice.
That was good.
Our entire lobby of our hotel was closed for refurbishment.
Monsters Inc. was closed for a little bit. Is it back
open?
now?
It's open.
Oh, we did see the construction on the tower. I should have taken a picture.
Oh, Carthay Circle characters in PJs. Oh,
so cute.
Very cute. Oh, and Edna Mode on the pier. So Edna Mode's never out. She's only special. Yeah. She's special for holidays.
Oh, that's cool.
That's very cool.
Fun.
I like that. All right, folks. Well, if we don't have any other chatter, then no more banter. Then I think we can call it a night.
Andy, it was good to meet you at the event.
Yeah, it was one of those things where you never have enough time to spend time with everybody to see. But could have been another 4 or 5 hours and we'd had a great day. But yeah,
Absolutely.
it was fun. It's just fun to see people
Yep.
It is,
around the
most
parks.
definitely.
Yep. We'll do it again.
So on
Okay.
that note, oh, what's
Next week we're dark. Next week we're dark.
It's
want
like
Easter.
Super Bowl, isn't it?
The Super
We
Bowl,
could
we're
be dark
Yeah.
now. Just turn the lights off. Watch. I'll be dark. Nick, if you want me to be dark now, watch.
Turn it off.
Let's go.
It's not
Let's go.
working.
Let's go. Oh, you know it's
Okay.
time to call it a night when Andy starts telling
Right.
spooky
It's time.
stories.
It's late.
Night, everybody.
So, good night.
Good night,
night,
everybody.
everyone.
Great
Thank you
seeing
very
everybody, and
Well,
welcome home on your next experience.
Can't wait to see you guys. Hold on, I gotta find the video. So just keep talking. I gotta find. I have so
Well,
much stuff.
we thank you all for joining us tonight as we talked about the first Moonlight Magic event to be back at DCA in a really long time. And we hope that you enjoyed the show. I'm Sandy. You can reach me on the group. Andy, you can always reach through, how can people reach you, Andy?
You got me at Andy@dvcresalemarket.com.
Perfect.
And
And
you
then-
can find us on our website, any of the agents.
Perfect. Amazing.
I'm
and then
on
Gina,
the page.
on the
I'm on the page.
Dave,
Dave,
you're
in
on the
here.
page.
Yep.
Bye,
Absolutely.
guys.
All right.
Awesome.
Have a
Good
great
to see everybody.
rest week.
Welcome home.
Bye.
Bye.